I am a homeschool mom of 6 kids. My third child, she had dyslexia and didn't start reading even like Dr. Seuss until she was in 3rd grade. But then we hit math, and I had no idea there was anything like dyslexia with math. We did the die craft, we did all of her stuff, and that helped tremendously at home. But it just reached to a point where we needed more one-on-one coaching, more than I could give. She was struggling really hard with algebra. I went to the homeschool convention and they had all these learning needs area. So I just stopped and I asked, I'm like, we need help. She is in high school and I got to get her through high school. I don't think she's going to be able to finish her math because this is just such a struggle. 2 times 3, she would have to stop and remember, is that 5? Is that 6? What's the number? And then once she figured that part out, the rest of the problems she would go on for algebra. 2 times 3 equals 6 would just dump out of her head. And then she'd have to start all over again trying to figure it out. Tutors weren't working. And I just knew this would be a perfect fit. So she was actually in 11th grade and we loaded up a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 9th grader, an 11th grader, and we drove 3 times a week. So it was a 3-hour round trip and she had an 1.5-hour lesson, and it was worth it. It was worth the drive. And she did it for an entire school year. With the training, immediately, she turned around and was like, Mom, and spit off all the presidents of the United States in the first lesson. I was like, okay, what? She was determined. She wanted to go to college with her peers. So she worked really, really hard. It got her to where by the time she graduated the next year, we had got her math curriculum completely caught up to where she graduated with all of the math credits that she needed on time. And she was 1.5 years behind in math. She went to community college and she went with her peers. She did what you need to do in order to get for your associate's degree. You know, the basic math, she did absolutely no problems. Statistics, no problems. She met her husband. Her husband's an engineering major at the time. He somehow forgot to do statistics. Statistics rolls around his last semester of his 4.5-year degree, and he was freaking out because he was scared of it. And she tutored him through statistics, and he's the one with the engineering brain. So it works. And that was, 4 years later. So I highly, highly recommend it, to the point now that that little 5-year-old is now in 9th grade. And now we are coming back to the LearningRx because she also has some learning glitches that we know. We've tried our best at home, and it is now time to get that neuroplasticity working and get some of those neurons rewired so that she can learn easier and not hate school so much and have success. It is not anything that you would find out there on the market anywhere else. It really does work, and it has the science that backs it up that it works. I mean, she's 24 now. It's been 7 years, and it's great. As homeschooling parents, you do whatever you can for your kids. I mean, you sacrifice your time in order to get everything done to your best of your ability. And sometimes we just don't have the resources. So we have to look for them outside our house. And this actually was the answer to a lot of prayers. And I know it's just totally worth the time and the effort.